as a group of leaders in the industry that together, doing things the right way all the time, will be able to achieve this outcome of a transformed and sustainable built environment. Leaders can find a balance between self-understanding and other understanding, where self-understanding is you need to make sense of your own values.
So, with regard to our medium strategic framework, the department aims to leverage on the extent of its leasing and letting property portfolio to promote the transformation of the built environment through the following 5 targets for the 5 years to come. 1, to support the entrance of new built environment professionals into the sector. The department commits to 25% of procurement of new lease accommodations will be sourced from women. 40% of procurement of all new lease accommodation will be sourced from historically disadvantaged individuals.
And the variations. And I think I take the fact that we need together to deal with over-regulation. So we need to find a way of how, obviously we'll take input from you, how should we make it easier and agile in the procurement process so that we don't experience what we are currently experiencing. All these problems that we're talking about have got a direct impact on this particular specific industry because we are part of the built environment, and all these issues impacted eventually on jobs as well.
I thought also we need to talk about the character of practitioners that we should have if these interventions are to take hold. Number 1, of course, we need professionalism at all times. We should have no tolerance for political influence, even when we serve in government. We should be brave enough to say to a politician that this I cannot do, even if it means that I will be sacrificed and lose my job. I always joke and say that I never take my jacket off because it's always ready. Just as I arrived at Sandro, I'm ready to depart today. I don't have to pick up any jacket. It always stays on. I actually drive with it as well.
And our country, ladies and gentlemen, is, as I think alluded to earlier on by one of the speakers here, is not short of institutions and guidelines on issues of ethics and ethical leadership. Chapter 10, in fact, of our Constitution states that the public administration must be governed by the democratic values and principles enshrined in the Constitution, which includes, amongst others, the principles that a high standard of professional ethics must be promoted and maintained, and services must be provided impartially, fairly, equitably, and without bias, and that the public administration must be accountable. This includes prompt payments to the service providers.
We are all aging because we've got an entry and an exit level at some stage in terms of the development of the GDP of our country. And we want to so much invest in the people that are going to take us for the next 20 to 30 years so that we can be able to continue to exist as a country with a viable GDP. Now, when you're looking at this kind of stats, they just discourage you in a way because we are always trying to ensure that, especially as black people, that we send our kids to school, we work hard so that they can go to universities. Thank God now, because therefore their fees must fall, that now they can be able to even attend universities despite of their parental situations. They can be able to graduate. What are we going to do as the business people today to ensure that the new scourge of unemployment, of despondency, of depending on government does not continue, especially us in the built environment. Because if you remember very well, construction or infrastructure development is one of the biggest job creators of our country.
We are certainly stronger together. We have similar problems, many of our members are the same, and it really is unfortunate that so often we operate in silos and we do not know what the left hand is doing. Even SAWIC, most events that I go to, people ask me, don't you know SAWIC? What are you guys doing with SAWIC? And it's unfortunate that we aren't doing more together. So I put that forward to the other professional associations in the room and say, let us, it's not about territory, it's about the end goal, and we're all looking for the same end goal, and I believe that we can be stronger together.